So the United States is back in Iraq, or at least over it, targeting the terror group ISIS in support of the delivery of humanitarian supplies to tens of thousands of terrified religious refugees. ISIS now chasing those innocents into the mountains where many are dying of thirst, starvation, and worse. Their MO, ruthless, brutal, and barbaric. The group even Al-Qaeda considers too extreme. And they are coming for us. They as much as told us in 2009. Abu Baghdadi, when released by the U.S., the now leader of ISIS, offered these famous parting words to his jailer: "We'll see you in New York." And in the interim, ISIS, starting as a ragtag team of 800, has grown exponentially to more than 10,000 today. It is without doubt the most well-funded extremist organization in the world. So why should you care? Recently, Baghdadi, in an audio message, flatly stated his intentions. Quote, "Our last message is to the Americans. We will be in direct confrontation, and the sons of Islam have prepared for such a day. So watch, for we are with you, watching." Further proof of their hatred for Americans.
قل لأمريكا إن الخلافة الإسلامية قامت وبإذن الله لن تتوقف يا جبناء إن كنتم رجال فنحن على الأرض فلا تأتون بالطائرات من دون طيار فأتوا بجنودكم الذين مرغنا أنوفهم في العراق وبإذن الله سوف نمرغ أنوفهم بكل مكان وإن شاء الله بالبيت الأبيض سوف نرفع على راية لا إله إلا الله.
Now, I don't know about you folks, but when I hear things like that, it scares the hell out of me. And I'm not going to blame the problems of the world on Barack Obama. Although it wouldn't take much to get me on a tear at this point. But the problem is President Barack Obama is too inexperienced, too out of touch, and too disengaged to protect us. Earlier today, as he discussed the limited airstrikes in Iraq, the backdrop was his helicopter on which his bags were packed for yet another vacation, this time in Martha's Vineyard. So you shouldn't be concerned because the president has reassuringly told us.
My team has been vigilant even before ISIL went into Mosul about foreign fighters and jihadists gathering in Syria and now in Iraq who might potentially launch attacks outside the region against Western targets and U.S. targets.
Against Western targets and U.S. targets? So I should feel better? Okay, Baghdadi says he's watching you, and you say you're watching him. My take? If he's been watching you, he knows of your feckless foreign policy. You don't have a clear mission, and you don't have a clear strategy. You watch them slaughter in Syria and Iraq, and now you go on vacation. Now, I'm trying to not be too hard on you, Mr. President, but your track record doesn't exactly put the fear of God in any of those terrorists. Example, you were wrong when you scoffed at the idea of a genocide or ethnic cleansing in Iraq if U.S. troops were withdrawn. You were wrong when you pulled American troops out of Iraq, saying it would be irresponsible. And today, you even blame George Bush. You were wrong when you said Al-Qaeda was on its heels. Their black flag now flying over Fallujah. You were wrong when you dismissed ISIS as nothing more than a JV squad. Today, their caliphate bigger than anyone could have predicted. No longer just a terrorist organization, they are a well-organized military operation, savvy on the battlefield, experienced in weaponry maneuvers and war tactics. You were wrong when you dithered on that red line in Syria as ISIS gained strength and military experience in that war. You were wrong leaving an inexperienced Iraqi military with our weapons they dropped at the first sign of ISIS, the same weapons now being used against their victims. And this week, Mr. President, you announce a limited humanitarian engagement with supporting airstrikes. Effective?
These are pinprick strikes. This is a 600-mile front. ISIS is an army on the move, very strong and armed now with all the weapons, advanced American weapons it captured in Mosul. This cannot be done. If you're going to have an air campaign, you're not going to hit an artillery piece there and a truck over there. That's preposterous. You either do it seriously or you don't do it at all.
So no one knows what your mission is. You've done nothing to prevent the rise of this nation-destroying, genocidal, radical Islamic army. And you say your team has been watching them? Yeah, I watched them too, on television. You didn't try to help the Shiites and the Christians. 1 million of them displaced. The humanitarian aid is warranted, but now you send help because, quote, America cannot turn a blind eye? Now? I guess you had your blinders on the past few months as the bombings and the killings and the beheadings have taken place with grotesque acts of violence committed against women and children because they believe in Jesus. Whole towns are now devoid of their original Christian inhabitants. Now, our enemies have become emboldened because of you. Al-Qaeda believes they won the war in Iraq and we lost it. Problem? You make political decisions, not military ones. You fail to learn from the past. You fail to assess future danger. And you're reactive. And even then, you're not effective. If ever there were a question, the world now sees the consequences of an America with an inexperienced, disengaged president. So what is our foreign policy? Because no one knows. I have an idea. Your limited airstrikes are a joke. They've taken out a handful of weapons and terrorists. What you need to do is you need to ramp it up. You need a strategy and a goal no matter how long it takes. A day, a week, a year, or more. And you have to have the stamina to see it through. I told you what to do 2 months ago. My resolution? Airstrikes. Bomb them. Bomb them, keep bombing them, bomb them again and again. And I don't care how long it takes. Just take out ISIS, take out their convoys, and take out those troops. It is true that Americans are war-weary. Too many of us have loved ones killed or maimed in Iraq. But we were in Iraq then for the wrong reason. There were no weapons of mass destruction. Today, it's different. This is a reverse crusade. Muslim extremists looking to kill Christians and Jews. Yes, today it's different. They are coming for us. And that's my open.